A person that is self-sufficient is a self-starter, needs little direction, is motivated, proactive, and can think for themselves. Self-sufficiency doesn't mean living off the grid. It doesn't mean living off the land. It doesn't mean sustainability or green. It doesn't mean retiring without burdening your kids. It's not about you. It's about how people perceive you. Do you give your boss 10 options to pick from? Or do you squeeze your boss to be creative in the moment? Do you ask your boss to delete? Or do you ask your boss to create in front of you? So why this presentation on self-sufficiency? It's hard hiring someone. Thousands apply. All drop buzzwords hoping there's a match. You have no idea how fast they learn. They're trying to exhibit competency. You're trying to see if they're going to learn something new in front of you without involving you. I was talking to someone that has hired 15 interns to Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab, and I asked her, a mechanical engineer, what she looks for first. And she said, a female. There's too many females left on the table because the guys have unconscious tendency to pick guys. Then she said she looks for Python, which is interesting, not MATLAB. She finds people are more creative with Python and can get the job done in a better way. And then she looks for something called self-sufficiency. So you should be asking yourself the question, what does self-sufficiency look like on a resume? I can tell you that they read the recommendations first. Your goal is to get recommendations from us, the engineering staff here at Howard Community College. So what does self-sufficiency look like from my point of view? Well, there's students that want to have careers, and there's students that want to achieve, not for themselves, but because they can, because the world needs them to. So they're looking for solutions and success and motivation. From my point of view, I don't have to tell students what to do every 5 minutes. They make my job easier. I can just point them in the right direction, and then they go off and are brilliant. They think for themselves. That's what self-sufficiency looks like. It has nothing to do with how much you know or what you know. It's can you learn on your own? So what does self-sufficiency look like to you? Well, let's just have a quick test here. What's the answer to the first question? B. Has nothing to do with your instructor. What's the answer to the second question? C. Has nothing to do with your instructor. There's no conversation going on. It's a one-directional street. Here's what I want to do. Is that okay? Yes. That's what I want to say is yes. So what does self-sufficiency look or feel like to you? Well, it feels like you're being put in a cauldron. It feels like you're being squeezed. You start whining and making up excuses. You start being vague and foggy, and you say we every sentence. I can't tell who's doing what. Here's what it looks like from a baseball analogy point of view. You just do nothing. That's step one. Step two, you say, can you show me again? In step three, you start answering with questions, not with solutions, not with enthusiasm, not with your own ideas. You're waiting for somebody else to tell you what to do. And then you ask, can you just clarify one more time? You want to drag out and string out the being told what to do. That's making the other person do the work. That's bad baseball. You're now the problem. So self-sufficiency is not about your instructor. It's not about your grade. It's not about you. It's about the project. Focus on the project. Worry about the project. Many engineering schools make this entire course pass-fail. So you stop thinking about your grade and stop thinking about yourself and get inspired by the world out there. So we are asking you to start your life, not to repeat high school. We're asking you to make up your mind now. If you want to walk around in fog and confusion and say, I haven't chosen yet, I really don't know what I want to do, We're talking about $50,000 to $80,000 a year in income you're going to lose going to school just because you can't make up your mind. Make up your mind. Change your mind. But choose something and do it with gusto. Do it with enthusiasm. A student stopped by. He just graduated from College Park. And I remember his first couple of weeks in intro. I'd given him a MIDI shield, Arduino, and a keyboard synthesizer to take home. And he did. He took them home, but he just sat there and looked at them and drew pictures of them in his notebook. And I said, that's great. Your goal is to, as an engineer, stare at things and dive into detail before you touch them and start trying to turn them on or get them to move. But now you need to take the risk and put them together. And he goes, well, what if they break? And I go, oh, we'll just get some more. But break them like an engineer. Don't break them like a fourth grader. Write in your notebook going to do what you think working means, what exactly you're going to touch and press. And then do it and document what fails. Expect things to fail. Don't expect things to work. Don't cry when they don't work. Set yourself up to catch the failure. If you want to think about those baseballs and the baseball analogy, think of them as failure. That's why everybody messes up. They're trying to avoid failure. In engineering, you expect failure and you make a living off of it. You're going to be given a project. You're going to have to negotiate with your group individual tasks. You're going to have to figure out what your assignment or your task is going to be each week. Document what you choose to do in a weekly task list and then do it. It's that simple.